Sham put the soul in the 47th. So Sham is our soul. Sham, which is for us, Sham is Damascus in Syria. But Bilad al-Sham is the Levant, the greater Syria, which is Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan, and bits of Iraq, even Cyprus. So Bilad al-Sham is the soul that we are inspired from, and is the soul that we try to bring and deliver.
Shamstep is a word that came by coincidence with us, and it was a word that we used to describe certain beats that we use in the beginning when we first started this project. So it was like a reference word for a combination of beats or a certain beat that we play.
Code word.
Yeah.
So we named what we do Shamstep. So I guess like we have to keep doing more of it for the definition to have a bigger reference. You know?
Yeah.
If someone says what's Shamstep, you can show them 2 songs or 1,000. You know. But the general idea is to I think maybe it's fair to say maybe it's a subgenre from dabke and visuals or styles. Which is also a reference. So like, because we're using elements from that, from beats and sounds, but we're also using different influences that we usually use when we write songs.
What's the soul of the 47? What's the soul of the 47? What's that soul in the 47? Sham put the soul in the 47. No wage and no guarantee. No landlord on your back now. No country, no form. Peasant to the Falahin born.
Maybe Shamstep is the search of identity, It is the search after identity that had been manipulated and reframed and recreated not by us as people from the East or people who were under colonialization. Because colonialized nations never have the decision on themselves to choose what they are called in many cases, and as Palestinians and as people from that area, that region who were exposed to displacement and to diaspora and to ethnic cleansing, and we are scattered all over the world. So it is a search after the belonging, at least, or the belonging to a certain area or a culture or a land that is up till this day is suffering from colonialism, that is rewriting borders, recreating groups, and recreating names for that land.
You can say like the identity search. It's a lot of things, and one of these things is the music project. In the case of us, it's because even though the sonic part, or let's say everything without the lyrics, without the words, it's what we like sonically and production-wise and all this. But lyrics-wise, the common thing is that the theme that we talk around has to do with the name too, which is the idea of freedom of movement. And what does it mean? And maybe that's the ideal utopian beginning of a solution, is for people to move around first, to be able to talk about what can be done. You know what I mean? Because people can say that the Arabs cannot find solutions and Arabs cannot unite and they can't talk to each other. Maybe, but they haven't been put without borders for them. I mean, not in the last 100 years. There have not been access to each other to know what. They just put in places and being told things about each other's via whatever. So I think that we do think that the symbol of freedom of movement is pretty important because it has a lot to do with the beginning and it's universal. It doesn't only discuss our problem as Arab youth, it discusses problems of other youth in the world. The limitation of movement.
You were in the occupied West Bank. This was your first time visiting there?
As 47 Soul, yeah. I mean, as solo artists, we've been there and in different projects. But 4 of us together as 47 Soul. It happened last year for the first time. And it was great and it was perfect. And then we wanted to come back, and we did go back, but they denied one of us the entry in the second time. You know, like it was difficult because we tried to do an alternative, but it doesn't work because it only works when it's 4 of us. So we had to like do like a crazy solution of recording everything that Hamza does and send it via the border. You know what I mean? Like he's in a studio literally 45 minutes drive if it wasn't for the border. If you think about it technically, it's funny. It felt like everyone in Palestine is like, yes, we approve, go ahead. You know? It felt like being tapped on the back, you know.
That's the thing, because
Everyone,
like,
it was great.
when we first started the band, we kind of like spent 1 year trying to work around borders and all of that. And then when it kicked off, it actually kicked off in the UK. And we spent some time in the UK not going back and not playing the Arab world, not playing
Pretty long
Jordan.
time too.
Long time
2
writing the
years.
album, and we spent a long time in the UK, and we did the music there and we released it, and we had no clue what the feedback is going to be. Really, no clue. And then when we went to play back in Palestine, which was like after a while.
It was exactly after 2 years and a half.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine, as members of the band, we're all thinking and wondering what the people think back home about this music. So when we go there and we find everyone really hyped and supportive of 47 Soul, it really means a lot to us.
I mean, social media can tell you something, but when you see it on the ground, it's different, you know. When you see like the crowd, I mean, people came from all over the first show, from all over Palestine. You know, it's unfortunate because only the people from Gaza, of course, couldn't come. But Palestinians from 48 holding Israeli passport, they can come to West Bank, and in the West Bank, people can come. You know, I mean, with some limitations of people that might have like a late checkpoint or something like that. But in general, there was access, and people came from everywhere. You know.
And all ages.
And even like the promoter, she opened the door and it was full, and they let people in for free because it was like, okay, it's packed, it's done, no tickets, but people were like telling them we came from a long place, from a faraway place. So it was heavy for us, you know. It was something like to like note it, you know.
So what do you think projects such as yours will mean for Palestinian youth? For example, in Palestine, who lives in the occupation in the West Bank. What do you think it means for Palestinian youth, just in general, as well in the Arab world and in the outside of the Middle East?
Honestly, for me, if it gives the youth in the Arab world a hint or a signal that they can do what they dream of, if they work hard, that's for me is enough, honestly, away from the music and the whole message. If a young Palestinian or Jordan, any young person who would research 47 Soul and discover how it worked out and how it happened, and that inspires them to proceed with their own dream, I think that's like a really important thing for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, even with the understanding of the limitations for everyone, but you know, with a plan of a couple of friends who are enthusiastic about what you want to do, and the help of some other friends, you can do something, you know. And it's not like, you know, because we're not done. We're in the very beginning of trying to do something. And but like until now, there's some parts of the experience that I feel like maybe they're worth sharing, because we've moved from I mean, a lot of things are changing in the music industry and how people share music. You know, let's say like radio, now there's social media, and also like that the Arab youth start to communicate with each other more after social media. So this project is made out of people between DC and Amman and Haifa, you know, talking to each other from the same mentality but not the same space, and not available to have the sharing space. And that's the problem, is the lack of spaces for the youth to work on stuff. So we're just trying to show that some people might look for the alternative. We are lucky in some cases. You know, maybe our passports help us more than other. There's so many documents for Palestinians. You know, like so many kinds of Palestinian documents. So the combination we have works for certain places. Apparently, it doesn't work for certain scenarios. It's a gamble. You know, we went to Palestine once and then 8 shows without Hamza. You know, we're missing a member. That's not a solution. So I'm just saying that, you know, like...
and not easily like being able to tour the Arab world too. That's a big...
Yeah, of course. I mean,
It's a big thing in our reality. We can literally play 3 countries in the Arab world.
yeah. And even if we went to all these, when we go to countries, the point is not us being able to go. The point is we are happen to be lucky to get to do that. And we're trying to show the world something about our people, to a certain limitation, and try to hopefully inspire some of our people and people around the world. So that be, you know, it's a continuation that has to keep going for this conversation to continue. And it's a tough question.
You're mentioning that you could only perform in 3 countries in the Arab world.
Yeah, not exactly, but like 4 maybe. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because we have passports that doesn't allow us. We have certain passports that don't allow us to enter Arab countries, unfortunately.
You know, because our combination is like showing how ridiculous would it be for what people in the East to be functioning in the kind of vision they want it to function, which is not true. It's an Orientalist, still colonial look at what the Middle East should be. You know, everyone just wants to decide what the Middle East should be, and it's very easy to stir up the Middle East because it's from a very old time built out of all these pockets of people. And, you know, but when we say our people, we mean whoever's alive right now trying to survive, regardless of who they are, right? Any human that exists right now. And that argument gets tricky when you want to identify what's an occupation and an apartheid and what's not. You know, because a conflict inside Iraq and a conflict inside Syria is not like saying there's a conflict inside Palestine. That's a very big mistake to say, you know what I mean? Even though we understand that there's so many generations now after the occupation, but who said that any solution that is against the system of apartheid or occupation is claiming a wipeout? First of all, the people do not own the nuclear weapons to claim this, you know what I mean? It's not the people who own that. But the point is, being said is that, look, we try to get with each other as Palestinians and present some sort of communication, but we're also having to use, I don't know what to call it. I mean, it would be kind of a curse to say it's a gap in the system, because it's not. It's a blessing for us to have an Israeli passport, an American passport, and 2 Jordanian passports as 4 Palestinians, people of Palestinian origin. You know what I mean? It's almost like affirming that not having the Palestinian identity is easier. You know, so it's like a big, you know, it's a big conflict. But what we're trying to achieve is actually, first of all, what got us together is sonic. You know, I mean, it was a sonic thing, and an interest in each other's way of thinking when we think of content. But the discussion hasn't ended. You know, what I mean, that's why we call it an identity search, because we don't know what's the solution. But what we know for sure is that maybe if everyone's treated equally in where they move, where they go, then we can start talking. Because right now, we're having groups of people come and claim that they want to do some sort of a debate between people who are not equals in basic rights. So it's like, it will always be like, yeah, you can talk about it, but I can't do what you do. And the other person always talking from the guilt place of like, while we're talking and debating, but I know that I have a privilege that this person doesn't have. You know, yeah, and this will always be putting this big cloud in that conversation.
greater reality that we have as a people, and that the whole people unites with us and identify themselves in our struggle for freedom and return. People also now know about Palestine more, maybe musically. Probably people have heard Palestinian music before, people who are not Palestinians, but now as a new generation with updated means and musical tools, we are able to say, hey guys, Palestinians don't just die, Palestinians create life. So
it's deep because it's like, for me, when I go, born in the States of Palestinian origin, when I go back to the Arab world to perform, I feel like they know me better than myself. They know the part of me that's trying to play this style of music. But playing in Europe or for audiences, we play for lots of Arab audiences in Europe, also mixed with people from all over. But if we're speaking about people that have grown up with a stigmatized definition of Middle Eastern Arab culture, then like what I said, you have to wade through the layers of victimization and also the branding as terrorists. So music and speaking about day-to-day life, daily songs, speaking about this just real thing that's happening, the reality check, all the aspects of it, brings it to a more real place. So that's very important for us.
And in all honesty, what do you think about Copenhagen and Denmark in general?
It's really great.
It's great.
Actually, it's
very stylish, I think. Yeah. I went to get like some stuff from the supermarket, and I thought, wow, this stuff is very stylish.
I played here as a solo 4 years ago in this venue, and it's good to be back and feel like it's people are ready for tonight because it's different. Like
It's a good
completely
vibe.
different. Yes.
I passed by Christiania a couple of like a year ago, so this is the only way I know it. It's very nice.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for your time. It's really interesting.